Look at this!
King Leonidas was right. The city is surrounded. The Roman arrows will darken the sun.
Good. We shall have our battle in the shade. Let's go.
Hello everyone, today we're covering Spartan Total Warrior, a spin-off of the Total War series, made by Creative Assembly and published by Sega. I never hear anyone talk about this game, which amazes me, as the Total War series is famous to this day, but I guess the fanbase of the tactical games were not the main audience of this spin-off, which released only on consoles as the PS2, the Xbox and GameCube. I absolutely love this game, it's amazing in every aspect. Come with me as I explain why. First, Sparta at its peak against Romans at their peak, who never wanted to see this glorious battle. But wait, there's more. Magic, advanced technology, modern warfare. Moving on. You are the Spartan. Yes, that's your name, or I mean, as everyone calls you since you have no name as told by the story. I have no idea how someone lives their entire life just being called the Spartan and never choose a cool name for themselves like Giannikis, Andronicus, or Kratos. But that just shows how badass our hero is, that he has no need of a name, as his actions and his love for Sparta speaks for themselves. On your journey to defeat the Roman Empire, you'll travel the lands with your allies, defeating entire armies in gore combat, acquire new and powerful weapons, and evolve from a mere soldier to
a legend.
Let's talk gameplay. You can attack with weak and heavy moves, shoot your bows, guard your shield, shield bash, use magic, roll, execute down enemies, and use a special move to insta-kill most grunts or take a lot of life from the elites, which are pretty similar between the weapons. You'll have access to 4 different weapons across the game. The Medusa Shield, a sword and shield which has a good speed, damage and attack pattern, the most balanced weapon. Its magic turning a single enemy into stone or raising your shield and making rain petrifying lasers upon your enemy. The Blades of Athena. Dual blades that are quick with a great special attack but have low damage. Its magic does a big lightning storm around you. With its single magic, you're just doing that to a single enemy. Death Biter. A big hammer that does a lot of damage. It's very slow, but it can destroy enemy shields and quickly build the special meter. Its magic does a ground pound that sends every enemy flying. And last, the Spear of Achilles. A spear with great range and very good for one-on-one battles. Its magic engulfs you in flames, making all your attacks burn enemies. All of them have their use in battle. Even if one of them feels useless to you, believe me, you will find one challenge that will make you change weapons to try another strategy, because you will die a lot. And I mean a lot, as this game can be hard. And pray that you don't get locked on a checkpoint with low health and mana. So, you can recover health and mana in different ways. Some enemies drop these green or blue orbs that you can collect, or you can use the shrines scattered around the level. Just be smart on when to use them. In your HUD, you have your health bar, your mana, the weapon you have selected, and your special, which fills as you do damage. The game plays like a mix of Dynasty Warrior and a beat'em up with lots of enemies on the screen for you to slaughter. Every stage is mostly linear, but they have a lot of variety between them. You go from fighting in Sparta to a Roman camp, a desert with barbarians, destroyed city of Troy. You even get to fight in Rome itself. There is also a good mix of very open spaces and claustrophobic ones like Athens and Rome's sewers. To mix it up, the game also makes you do some objectives to advance. Sometimes it's lighting barbarian huts on fire or protecting sappers so they can explode some doors. That makes you think about other things. than fighting, but it never takes away from it. Every stage also has secret chests and secondary objectives. Those chests contain Archimedes notes, which unlocks artwork, or arena bonus items, which are very important to get if you want to have fun in the bonus mode. Now follow me along as I narrate this amazing Greek tale. Euboea has Sparta is being invaded by the Romans. It's the last Greek city standing. Leonidas will be giving a speech when suddenly you hear a voice. It's Ares, the god of war, promising to help you understand your past in history if you help him with his vengeance.
Do not be afraid, mortal. I am Ares, god of war. I present myself as an ally. The answers you have sought throughout your life have brought you to this moment. You possess formidable warrior skills, yet you have no past, no family, not even an... I will aid you in your quest to defend your city and discover the truth you seek. And in doing so, you will deliver the vengeance I desire.
From there you fight Romans along your fellow brothers in arms, Pollux and Castor, until the Romans appear with the new weapon, the Colossus Taurus.
What? What's happening? Look out! Report! Zeus and Athena, what is that thing? Quickly, Spartan. Don't let it reach the walls.
Fire these catapults when they're loaded.
Which you defeat with catapults. On to mission 2, Ares tells you that the legendary weapon, the Blades of Athena, is being held in a Roman camp, so you bring Castor along to invade the camp and retrieve this weapon. While slaughtering all Romans you find and sabotaging their weapons and water supply, you eventually find the blades and wield it against the Romans. On your way to escape, you encounter Electra, the Amazon princess, who helps you free Greek prisoners and get out of the camp. Great time to talk about how you become stronger. After every stage, you gain fine favor of the gods. You use those coins to upgrade one of 3 stats: health, damage, and power. They are self-explanatory. It's make you think how you want to level your character at the beginning, but by the middle of the game you have met all stats. So moving on. Now get ready for the first taste of a boss fight. Crassus, a Roman general, has captured Medusa and bound her to a machine so he can weaponize her petrifying gaze, using it against the Spartans.
You proved an elusive creature, but I knew my men would capture you in the end. Fire up! Your Majesty, the Romans have a terrible new weapon. It just destroyed a phalanx of our troops with a single shot. I saw. Return to your post.
You march all the way through the battlefield, dodging the petrifying lasers until you reach Crassus. This fight is hard at this stage. You get mana from time to time and just petrify you, doing a lot of damage and let you take free damage from the random Romans around. Just don't get to this checkpoint with low health, as there are only 2 hidden shrines around. You kill Crassus, get the shield of Medusa, and she dies along with the machine. Sparta is saved, for now. Ares suggests that you go to Troy, so you march to a desert to reach it. The Romans haven't invaded this part yet, but it's infested with barbarians.
Are we there yet?
Oh, shut up!
How far is it to Troy anyway?
Can you shut him up?
Enough! We'll rest here.
Halt! Fall out and rest.
It looks like someone used to live here.
It seems quiet enough now.
The barbarians never stay in one place very long. It's probably deserted.
Don't get too comfortable. We'll be moving out soon.
Huh? What was that?
Hey! Did you guys hear something?
Look out! Ambush!
As you go killing them, you eventually find some captured villagers, and being the good Spartan that you are, vows to defend them from the barbarians. You send Castor and Pollux ahead to Troy, while you and Electra stay behind to defeat the barbarians.
We can protect it. The barbarians won't attack while we're here in numbers. Castor, Pollux, take the troops to the edge of Troy. We'll meet you there. Electra, let's finish what we started.
But the village would put on a feast for us. Food, wine, grateful farmers' daughters.
Blind ones, in your case. Let's go.
Now get ready for your second boss fight, but first a defense segment.
Hear me and tremble, farmers! I am Beowulf, war chief of the Danes, head taker and 100 slayer. Your warriors cannot stand against me. I will hang their heads from our flagpoles and feed the ravens with their dead flesh. Send out your best fighter. Let us settle this like warriors. Foreign warriors! You waste your lives helping these diggers in the mud! Your skull is not worthy of my hammer! Fight, my guards! Smash the gate down! Fire!
Breach in the southeast wall.
They've broken through the southwest wall, too!
These grain stores contain the village's livelihoods. If either of the grain stores fall, then we'll have failed the villagers. If you find yourself overwhelmed, ring one of these bells and we'll come to your aid.
You have to protect 2 grain towers on the village from the invading barbarians. They come wave after wave, but you also can keep calling Spartans to aid you. After killing them all, you challenge the barbarian leader, Beowulf.
You again! Perhaps I will take your head after all.
Not if I take yours first.
Ha! Bravely spoken, little man! Behold the hammer Deathbiter! It was forged in the fires of Jotunheim and quenched in the blood of giants. I took it from a Jotun king, along with his head. Tell me your name, warrior. I shall add it to my saga.
Let your saga record that you were killed by the Spartans.
Avoid them!
Wields the Deathbiter, a hammer forged in Jotunheim that you took after killing a Jotun king. Once mythology to scandal along the Greek and Roman gods, this game was way ahead of its time. Again, don't get here with low health, as it has an unblockable attack that takes half of your health, and this time there is only one healing shrine, and you're fighting a really small arena surrounded by insta-killing fire. He'll start trying to pummel you or punch you in your face, but after losing some health you summon barbarians to help him. Take them out quickly as they drop green and blue orbs. When you defeat him, you get his Deathbiter, and every barbarian around you will invade the arena and try to kill you. Get rid of them and the stage is over.
Is that all of them?
I think it must be.
We're saved!
God bless you, Spartan. Bless all of you.
After this, you have enough favor of the gods to go from warrior to hero. Now you wear a helmet and proper armor. Congratulations! One lie that is cool prismatic change. After that boss fight, you finally reach the ruined city of Troy. While your comrades stayed behind, you went deep within the city to retrieve the Spear of Achilles. Getting deeper and deeper within the city, you encounter Sejanus, the leader of the Praetorian Guard and Emperor Tiberius' right-hand man.
Greetings, Spartan. Alias Sejanus, Praetorian Prefect at your service. Or rather, at Emperor Tiberius' service. He was very upset when he heard what you did to Crassus, by the way. But I think I was able to smooth things over. As I pointed out to the Emperor, Crassus was naive. He got careless, and relied too much on his grand weapons. Ultimately, he underestimated you. Sure, I won't be making that mistake. Crassus was a fool. He thought he could prevail by pure force. Very primitive, very limited thinking. I, on the other hand, put my trust in force alone. But add sorcery, and then you have a very powerful combination. Behold, Spartan. Death rises to claim you.
Also, he's a necromancer and raises Roman zombies to fight you. They're tough, so to kill them, you have to take off their heads and then stomp their corpses, or kill them twice. You move along fighting zombies and Roman soldiers until you get to the tomb of Achilles, where Sejanus is waiting for you and presents the boss of this mission, Nemesis. You, but wielding the Spear of Achilles.
The Tomb of Achilles. A fitting resting place for the greatest of Greek heroes, don't you agree? And it's here, of course, that you expect to find his legendary spear. Dear boy, you're too late. However, you have proved yourself a worthy opponent, Spartan. Therefore, I'm going to reward you. I shall allow you to be buried where you fall. Here in the Tomb of Achilles. Now, meet your executioner. Yes, it's you. Or rather, your nemesis. He has exactly the same skills and abilities as you. He knows every move you will make and every thought that passes through your mind. He even possesses the Spear of Achilles, slain by your own hand. With the treasure you've come so far for, buried unknown alongside the greatest hero of your people. And with you will die the last glimmerings of the glory that was Greece. With this moment begins the new age of the Roman Empire.
Last time I say this has is applied to all boss fights. Don't get here with low health. Nemesis is a pain to fight. There are no shrines around, but from time to time, green and blue orbs will spawn. Thing is, Nemesis being new also utilizes them. So every time they appear, the AI knows where and when, so it pushes you and runs straight to get them, leaving you no time to reach it, as it has the same speed as you. After a gruesome fight, painful fight, you manage to defeat him and acquire the Spear of Achilles. Okay, now you have to escape this ruin. You gather your lost Spartan soldiers, regroup with your allies, and rush to the exit. Not much to talk about this. You fight Romans, skeletons, and zombies until you get to the exit. And that's all. Not all. At the end, Sejanus appears again and tries to kill you and your friends, but it doesn't matter. You escape anyway.
Enough! Well, you really are quite the band of heroes, I must say. I'm almost impressed. But unfortunately, you've failed. True, you survived. While I would have been very happy to add your bodies to the countless dead of Troy, in the end, it makes no difference.
He's lying! We have the Spear of Achilles. How could we have failed?
And that's where you played into my hands. You see, this little expedition provided me with a perfect diversion. While I kept you busy here in Troy, the might of the Roman Empire descended upon your beloved city of Sparta.
No!
You may have the Spear of Achilles, but without her bravest warriors, the city collapsed to her knees. Yes, I'm afraid so. Your city is now in ruins. Your families and friends dead or enslaved. And the whole of Greece is now a dominion of the Roman Empire.
No! You're lying!
Don't be too hard on yourself, Spartan. No one could have stopped me.
You'll pay for this, Sejanus, if it's the last thing I do.
No, Spartan. The last thing you do will be to die. Farewell, my brave but foolish heroes. History will remember your story as a footnote to my own.
Suddenly, with no explanation, another fight. You can only use the Spear of Achilles against it. For some reason my game bugged out and after exploding any of the heads the body disappeared, but it could still be targeted, so I just saw some random explosions when shooting a flaming arrow. It's a pretty easy boss. You wait till it lunges at you, hit it to feel your magic, and then thrust the head with your single magic attack. Then shoot a flaming arrow at the decapitated body. Repeat that for all the heads until the main one appears. Then do it on it too. To the next stage.
Spartan! Spartan! Are you alright?
You killed him.
Let's leave this place. The Empire must be stopped.
Emperor Tiberius, I bring you news of the crushing of Sparta. Finally, all of Greece is at your mercy.
Good, good. Since the affairs of the state and the pleasures of Rome prevented me from attending personally, I'm looking forward to the reenactment of the fall of Sparta at the Colosseum. And how, pray tell, did you exact my revenge on that troublesome Spartan?
I believe the Hydra has taken care of the Spartan.
The Spartan is alive and seeking vengeance! I expected you to deal with him personally, not just feed him to your giant worm! You disappoint me, Sejanus. I wanted his head. His head!
While you were on Troy, Sparta has been destroyed, so now you want revenge. But first you need to visit the occupied Athens and get help from the scientist Archimedes. The Romans are planning on assassinating him, so you have to go from building to building, killing archers and any assassins that get too close.
The famous Spartan who defeats entire Roman armies single-handed. We heard of the fall of your city. I am sorry. I can help, but...
What?
I have received word that the Roman Empire is planning to have me assassinated. Today, here in this square, as I speak to the people, I would gladly give my life in exchange for Athens' freedom.
But without your leadership, the resistance will crumble.
Without this speech, there will be no resistance.
Go ahead and make your speech. I'll see that nothing happens to you.
This mission is long. You have a lot of space to cover, kill Romans and protect Archimedes to the end of the mission. One thing I really like is the side objectives here. Burning occupied Roman houses and vandalizing Sejanus posters. Look at this. So childish. After getting Archimedes to a safe house and discovering that Sejanus is in control of Athens, the stage ends.
I'll be safe here. Thank you, Spartan. I owe you my life. If Athens can free itself from the tyranny of the Roman Empire, the whole of Greece will rise in revolt. I have news that might interest you. I understand a Praetorian commander has just taken charge of Athens. What is his name now? Secundus? Severius?
Sejanus.
Archimedes will give you a plan to activate some devices across the city, so you can defeat Sejanus.
Scouring the city, rounding up suspected resistance leaders. There is to be a mass execution.
Clever, Sejanus.
But it's a trap.
Almost certainly, young Castor. Will you help us?
Our mission is in Rome. If we are to vanquish the entire empire, we must rip its heart out. Time must be stopped. But first we have a date with an old friend.
Good. Before the occupation, I set up a number of my inventions at various points around the city. One of them is right under Sid's nose, at the mansion he took over. If you activate all the devices, you should be able to bring some welcome sunshine into these dark times. All you need to do is...
The execution is starting!
You will see. Go quickly, Spartan.
I know you're out there somewhere, Spartan. And I know you won't be able to resist a scene like this one. Come and rescue them. I'll be waiting.
To do that, you need to first free captured Spartans so you can assault Sejanus' state. After stopping a public execution, you need to get the help of the Sisters of the Resistance, so they can get the guards to get away from your contacts like horny teenagers. Shameful. You talk and get the key to the shrine, the prison. You get there and free everyone. Now get ready for hell.
And activate the final Eye of Apollo!
Fools! You'll be sorry you defied me. My dark magic will destroy you! Legionaries, kill these Greek worms and bring me their heads! Hey, save a few Romans for me! Yeah, down with Sejanus!
There's no going back now. Any Athenian who wants to live in a free city, comes with us!
Assaulting Sejanus' estate is one of the, if not the, hardest part of the whole game. Even though you have constant help from other Spartans, there's a lot of tanky enemies together, along with Sejanus spamming a goddamn portal that shoots fireballs, or he shoots little daggers at you. Also, only 2 green shrines and 1 blue shrine for a 3-stage assault. I must say, died 20 times here. Frustration was getting to me to the point I was making simple mistakes. I had to try all combinations of weapons, magics, prioritizing certain enemies, baiting, you name it. But when you manage to get to the last part, just rush it through the guard, straight to Sejanus, and then you get the end cutscene, finally.
Whoa! Give it up, Sejanus! There's nowhere to run!
I'm going to enjoy this! Charge!
Sadly, Sejanus escapes to the top of his tower. You now have to climb the tower while activating all of Archimedes' devices. But Sejanus will not let this go easy for you, for he has a skeleton dragon.
Sejanus!
Time to die, Spartan!
Hey, Sejanus! Your mother's even uglier than you!
This gadget of Archimedes had better be useful.
A typical Roman pet. During this stage, you'll also be introduced to a new enemy, Roman Infernuses. They use flamethrowers and explode on death, being an insta-kill to you if close. After unlocking all crystals, it's time to kill the dragon using the Lightning Ballista, a common Greek invention.
Just in time! The gun's power has been depleted!
Doesn't look as impressive when it's dead.
Spartan!
Properly transitory.
Doesn't he ever stay down?
No! Wait, brother! We'll charge him together! No! You Roman filth! He wasn't destined to die yet!
Correct again, Castor.
Arise, Phalanx. Your brother wants you back on your feet.
What have you done to him? What twisted necromancy is this? Spartan! I'll keep my brother out of your way.
With the dragon defeated, it's time to face Sejanus.
You were right, Sejanus. We're more of a challenge than Crassus.
Phalanx!
He's dead, Castle. There's nothing you can do.
And with that, you also now have enough favor of the gods to become
a legend.
getting a full set of armor and a beard in cutscenes, which is pretty cool.
We can't get near it. We're facing too much firepower. There's no other way around it.
Then we'll have to go through it.
Now you and Castor have to get to Rome, but first have to pass through the gates of Saturn. In a scene which I suppose is made to be similar to D-Day, you have to advance between dying soldiers and explosions to breach the gate.
Form up! Let's slaughter those Greeks! We'll kick them all the way back to their ruined city! Into formation!
Things are about to get ugly. There are at least 40 Romans, and they're heavily armed.
Die, Romans!
Now get ready to fight and fight and fight a lot until the game decides it's over. It's a big battle, very fun though.
We meet again, Spartan.
Huh? Sejanus? I killed you.
Shortly after I killed Pollux, yes. But I am, shall we say, more resourceful than he was. Did you really think I'd let death stop me? The underworld was more accommodating for me. Now, Spartan, face me for the last time.
And surprise! Sejanus is back after dying one mission ago. They make no suspense. Now, really looking like a necromancer. You have to go through the fort till you can finally kill him, for real this time. To do that, you have to kill 3 priestesses that give Sejanus his power to remain undead.
Fools! Protect the priestesses! Their lives are worth more than yours. They are the source of my power!
After you reach each one of them, you'll be transported to a pocket realm to defeat them in a mini boss battle. Killing all 3 will make Sejanus appear. Now, slay him.
Sejanus is no more. Without his priestesses.
Now Pollux can rest in peace.
The gate is now yours and Sejanus is no more. For real. For real this time. Time to get your vengeance in Rome. You all devise a plan. Electra will go directly through the streets of Rome and destroy as much as possible, while you'll be going through Rome's sewers to reach Emperor Tiberius. You'll be fighting both the Romans and escaping gladiators. Use this to your advantage as both factions fight each other. There's something big and strong also roaming the sewers, which you have to fight later on. Remember when I said about not getting to the boss checkpoint without help? So here's the culmination of that complaint. I got to this room with almost no life and no mana, and as soon as you spawn, you get assaulted by a bunch of enemies. No time to think. So I died, and I died, and I died, till I got through the first wave. Yes, first wave. So I died again, and again, and again, and again. I think at this stage I had to use 100% of my brain because I don't even know how I managed to get through that nightmare without being his at this stage. Moving on, you reach the end. That noise you'll be hearing throughout the series is a Minotaur.
Isn't right.
Spartans! As if we hadn't got enough problems trying to catch the Minotaur.
Sneak round to them, we'll form up and lure them over to us.
Romans, a whole legion of them.
Took a wrong turn, did we? What a cold, dismal place you chose to die in.
What is that? The Minotaur, and it's going to charge at us. Brace yourselves. Stand your ground. Form a wall.
Not that hard of a boss. Dispatch him and get ready for the end of the game.
Spartan, I look forward to the end of this epic.
He's here. I can feel it. Tiberius is here.
You're finally in Rome. Revenge so close you can almost taste it.
The Colosseum. They made it.
Save Electra, save Castor, go through the city, fight in the Colosseum, which is pretty cool, and then finally face the Emperor.
Finally, Emperor Tiberius.
No. Please, please. Don't hurt me.
You are responsible for the death of my people.
It wasn't me. I was just following orders.
Save your words for hate, Emperor.
No. Like your beloved Spartans before you, you'll suffer. This isn't over. He knows. He knows.
You get no satisfaction from this because he'll off himself before you can reach him. With no warning whatsoever, you'll be face to face with Ares. Maybe now you can finally understand what is your history, as you finally helped him with his revenge.
Your part perfectly. You seek the answer to who you are. I shall tell you. You are the son of Aphrodite's handmaid, that meddled in the affairs of the gods. The same handmaid who revealed my affair with Aphrodite to her husband. The handmaid I killed before being banished by my fellow gods. And all this time, I've been waiting to complete my revenge on you. But you were hidden from me. For your safety, all knowledge of your past was erased, including your name, and you were placed with the warrior people of Sparta. Of course, the pantheon of gods suspected I would seek revenge, and thus blessed you with immortal powers and great warrior skills for your protection. Tiberius. Ha! Did you really think a mortal could engineer so much chaos? The Emperor was no more than a willing puppet. You mortals are so weak. The Roman invasion of Greece and the siege of Sparta was my way of searching for you. I wanted to destroy your world the way mine had been. Sparta was safe all of the time you were there to protect it. That is why I sent you to Troy. Without you to defend its walls, Sparta soon fell. Revenge tastes so sweet. Leonidas died calling out for the unnamed Spartan. He never did understand why you abandoned them. You left them to die, you fool. And now that I have destroyed your people, is your turn. Prepare to fight a god!
So, Ares has been searching for you to get revenge because your mother ratted his affair to the gods. The gods banished him and erased your memories and gave you immortal powers so you could eventually survive if he ever found you. Huh. Benevolent Greek gods. So uncommon. Ares did all that just so he could destroy Sparta, make you suffer like he did. Why then did he guide you to powerful weapons? Who knows? Seems a little counterproductive, making you stronger, but no matter. Now it's your turn to defeat Ares. And with that done,
it was over. Our epic quest to stop Tiberius and the Roman Empire had ultimately drawn us to this moment. The Spartan had discovered his true identity, defeated the Empire, and battled a vengeful god to free his people. A warrior, a hero, a legend.
Phalanx becomes the Spartan king, and you, the nameless Spartan, take your place among the pantheon as the new god of... Wait, no, wrong game. You become a legend. And that's your tale. Funny, many similarities to God of War, but which one came first? Huh, look at that. They launched just some months from each other. What a coincidence. Of course, God of War went to become the behemoth it is today, or Total War never tried doing a spin-off like this again, even though the game got good reviews. Raising the combat and action, being a really fun beat 'em up. Oh yeah, before I finish, can't forget the bonus mode. It's an arena of increasingly difficult wave of enemies. Depending on what stage you select, you'll be the Spartan for that moment, with the appropriate upgrades and weapons. All those bonus items that you get on the campaign unlocks items for use during waves, so you can survive longer to get a higher score. Yeah, that's it. If you like the game's combat, this mode is just more fun for you. I had greater fun on the last stage of this bonus mode, as you have access to all the weapons, and along with the bonus you can last a lot more. One thing that can't be unmentioned is the soundtrack, composed by Jeff Van Dyke. I hope I didn't butcher the pronunciation, but this soundtrack is simply glorious, from that amazing menu theme. To most of the battle soundtracks like Death and Destruction,
This is a day of destiny!
and Battle Drums. It has a variety of both calm and atmospheric sounds for each stage. And that's the end, my friends. I hope I could convince you that this game is great. It's a total classic. Maybe not as great as God 4, but I totally recommend playing it if you manage to get hold of a copy. It's cheesy story, fun as hell gameplay, killer soundtrack, Spartan versus Romans. What's not to love? I just wish it got a remake, or at least a re-release on Steam or GOG. Please. Please. But I think one man can dream. Thanks for watching, and see you guys on the next video.